I said that that's cool that you have someone named Jesus Freak in your agency.
Yeah, his name is Kevin the Jesus Freak. That's his name. So he's a good guy. I've known him for a long time. All right, we are live on both YouTube and YouTube and TikTok. I said that right. We are ready to go. We are continuing our Esther Bible study today. Why? Why don't these ever get clean? It's like I clean them and I still have smudges on them. Hold on a second. These glasses, like, I love them, don't get me wrong. But I think because they're plastic, the lenses are different or something. Because, like, man, they get so much gunkier, so much faster than my normal glasses do. It's like, I don't want to have smudges in my eyes. Okay, so do me a favor. Everybody drop me. I have a random question because I can never remember where everybody's at. Tell me what state you're in or what city if you're comfortable with that. I'm trying to remember. I mean, obviously I know where Tanya is because she lives in the same town as me. Well, not really, not anymore, but because somebody had to go and move an hour away. I don't know what she was thinking, but whatever.
Texas.
She's going to smack me. All right.
Well, sure did.
We got ice creams for a flash goal, guys. Woo-woo. You did. Kayla, that's right. You're in Minnesota. I forgot you were up there. That's right. I was trying to remember where you're at.
Ice cream.
Ice cream. All right. I'm going to do a quick share out, add to my story. If you guys haven't shared me out, push down on my nose, share me out, please, please, please. And we're going to get going.
Ice cream.
Ice cream.
Ice cream.
I'm going to send you all ice creams too. How about that? Kayla.
Ice cream. Ice cream.
All the ice creams. Okay. All right. We're good. We're ready. I think. Y'all ready? I'm ready. Let's say a prayer and then we're going to go. Dear Heavenly Father, Lord, thank you so much for today. Thank you for the day at work. Thank you for holding my tongue when I didn't want to hold my tongue a couple times today. Thank you for taking care of my kiddos while they're at camp. Lord, let those that need to hear this message come in today. Let us be able to speak your word and study your word and hear something from it. And let each of us get something from it. And let those that need to hear it come in the room. Thank you for the growth on my TikTok and my agency, Lord. I appreciate it so very much. I appreciate my community that you have put on this app around me. And I just ask that you just continue to bless them and help them flourish in their own communities. My brain is, you know the things, Lord. You know the things. My brain is fried at the moment. So I thank you so much. In Jesus' name, I pray these things. Amen. Okay. My brain is like, I can't think of what I'm trying to say. All right. Hey, girl. Hey. Hi, Lisa Marie. How are you, sweetie? Okay. Now I can send super chat. Sweet. I need to get my chat pulled up, actually. Thank you for reminding me because my chat does not like to work on YouTube. So I need to pull it up. Bear with me just 2 seconds. Dun, 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 dun. And I got that like stuck in my head. I got Indiana Jones stuck in my head, and then I had the Star Wars thing stuck in my head, which is crazy. I don't know why, but whatever. How can I send super chat? I don't know. I don't know what super chat is. That's actually something I've not heard, so I'm not sure. That's something to Google. Is that maybe like? Well, no, I don't know. I don't know what super chat would be. So, anybody know what super chat is on YouTube? God had to remind me to hold my tongue today. Also, yep. Feel that.
Super chat. They have to be striped you. They have to be a photo of yours on the, and then you had to set up an account for it to be that you wanted money from it, like $9, $10.
Oh, gotcha. I'm not there yet. I don't have enough followers for that. So, I think you have to be at 500 followers before you can do that, if I'm not mistaken. So, boo. Not yet, but thank you for asking. All right. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, a subscriber chat. But I was like, wait, but they already subscribed to me, but it's not the same like it is here. Like, it's not a paid subscription. unless you set it up over there, I guess, on TikTok or on YouTube. So I'll work on that, but I don't have enough followers at the moment yet on YouTube. I just sent you a picture of a truck I just saw in Kingdom City. Oh my gosh, I'm scared. What is it? Oh, I love that. Oh my gosh, that is so cool. Hang on, let me show everybody. 1 second. Okay, you ready? I'll show everybody what it looks like. Enhance. Nope, not enhance. That's not what I want. Sure, why not? I want effects, green screen. Hi, welcome in. How are you? We are getting ready to start our Bible study here. Just 2 seconds on the book of Esther. Oh, that's not a very good option there. Hold up. Hold up. That's the wrong green screen effect. Fine, just stay there. I don't care. You can block my face. There you go. Look, it says Team Jesus. Jesus is coming back. Hi, Gooman. How are you? Welcome in. Hi, Josek. Hi, welcome in, guys. We're getting ready to start our Bible study here on Esther in just 2 seconds. Welcome in, guys. ASMR. Nice. All right. YouTube is popping in, guys. So I'm going to get going. But yeah, I had to bite my tongue a couple times today. This girl that I'm working with, she's not doing her job correctly, and she's blowing through our work too fast. So we're running out of work, which means she's not doing it correctly. Like, that's the thing. She's blowing through it incorrectly. So then now we're running out of work, and I have to sit there and twiddle my thumbs because she's going too fast through the work and not doing it right to begin with. And then that causes more problems for us later. So kind of makes me mad. Plus, she's going to end up messing up our quota. If she continues to blow through it like that, our quota is going to go up, and then that's going to be, terrible. So we just got our quota down because it was too high. So yeah, I don't know. What are we doing? We are getting ready to do a Bible study. Yeah, exactly. And she doesn't care. Like, she flat out told me the other day that she did 30 in one day and probably did all of them wrong. And I told my supervisor that, but they're not going to do anything about it until she messes up too many times, probably. So I just have to do with it. No, she's not. And I warned her. I said, please don't do more than 28 in a day. 28's the max in a day. If you do more than that, you're going to mess up her quota. And I swear she went through half of our work today. Like, just blew through it. And she's not doing it right if she's blowing through it that quick. I can't even blow through it that quick, even if I'm paying attention fully, because it's not that easy. So we are getting ready to start our Bible study on Esther. That's what we're doing today, guys. If you're here on YouTube, that's what we're doing. I'm just kind of whining for a moment. So, okay, so we are at, what chapter were we on? We were done with that one. Yes. Okay. So we are on chapter 5, Esther chapter 5, 9 through 14. So if you guys can do me a giant favor on TikTok, I have an idea today. I want to try something. Something that really helps the room get pushed out here on TikTok is comments. Y'all don't have to type something for real. Like, you could just throw down 3 stickers every now and then. As long as it's 3 words, that helps the room get pushed out. So if you guys think about it, if you're sitting there and you have a moment, throw down 3 stickers for me. I don't care which ones you use. It doesn't matter. That just helps that chat move, which then helps the room get pushed out. We only have 4 people in here right now. And I would love to be able to maybe reach the FYP so that maybe we can connect with new friends, and make some people get to hear the word of Jesus. Because the more we're on FYP, the better, right? Right? Yeah, exactly. The 3 words or 3 stickers, it works. So each time that's done, it gives us a point, and that gets us pushed out eventually. Okay, Esther, I'm trying to find that. If I had an extra phone, I would totally be in there helping you guys do it, but my extra phone plays the music. Actually, yeah, no, it has to be. I have played the music with it. Most definitely will. What's that, mate? Oh, you trying to do 3 words. Got you, beach grandmother. I got you. Thank you. Thank you for coming in. How are you today? I'm trying to find Esther, guys. Sorry. You would think I would have it, not blocked off in my Bible by now, but I don't, because I do so much other stuff in my Bible. There it is. We got it. We're good. Thank you. Tanya, you're driving. I don't expect you to. Please don't, because you're driving, okay? Girl, I promise. I will not be offended if you don't. I don't want you to have an accident on my account. That would not be a good thing. Please don't. All right, so let's go. So we are in chapter 5 of Esther, and we're doing 5, 9 through 14. So Haman's plan to unalive Mordecai is where we're at. So Haman was a happy man as he left the banquet. So if you guys remember, we were just where we left off. I love that we're working on it. We're about halfway through the book and halfway through the Bible study. So but when we left off, Esther had just invited Haman and King. I drew a blank what his name is. Hold on. Why can't I think of his name? Y'all. Like, we've been talking about it this whole time. Somebody write it in. If you know it, write it in. King Xerxes, but there's another name for him. What was the other name? Okay. Anyways, the king. I can't think of his name at the moment. My brain is lost it. But King Xerxes. So that's where we left off. She had just invited them to the banquet twice, and Haman thought that he was like the best thing since sliced bread, right? Because he got invited to this banquet, and he was, very excited. They were getting drunk. They were doing all the things, right? So he was a happy man as he left the banquet, but when he saw Mordecai sitting at the palace gate, not standing up or trembling nervously before him, Haman became furious. However, he restrained himself and went on home. Then Haman gathered together his friends and Zeresh, his wife, or Zeresh, I'm not sure which way to say that, and boasted to them about his great wealth and his many children. He bragged about the honors the king had given him and how he had been promoted over all the other nobles and officials. You guys, let me know if the music gets too loud, okay? Then Haman added, and that's not all. Queen Esther involved only me and the king himself to the banquet, or invited. She prepared for us. So look, only him and the queen him and the king got invited to the banquet. So he's all like, look what I did. Look at me. Puffing his chest, that type thing. So that's what he was doing. He's like, we are the only ones that got invited to this banquet. And she has invited me to dine with her and the king again tomorrow. Then he added, but this is all worth nothing as long as I see Mordecai the Jew sitting there at the palace gate. So Haman's wife, Zeresh, whatever, and all his friends suggested, set up a sharpened pole. This is where we left off. I remember this. Set up a sharpened pole that stands 75 feet tall. And in the morning, ask the king to impale Mordecai on it. When this is done, you can go on your merry way to the banquet with the king. And this pleased Haman, and he ordered the pole set up. Literally, said, look, go set up a 75-foot pole. That's insane. That's huge. And to have him impaled, right? Craziness. Sorry, it was cleaning your face. It was a little cloudy. He's like, go do this, and then you'll be fine. No big deal. Just impale this guy on it. It'll be okay. So then that night, the king had trouble sleeping. Wait, where are we supposed to left off? Oh, that's where we stopped. Okay, wait. So we're going to stop there for the Bible study, and then we'll continue reading the book and the Bible itself in a little bit. So now, going back to the Bible study part, nothing reveals the heart quicker than emotions. If the heart is a thermostat, emotions are the climate the heart produces. From bitter cold to raging hot, what we feel shows in what we express and how we express it. In Esther 5:9, Haman is full of joy and in good spirits, but it seems within mere moments he is filled with rage. So literally he's like, right? Like 1 minute he's this, the next he's that. He's like, blah, blah, blah. Interestingly, the same circumstance fueled both his joy and his rage, the recognition of his significance. So,
I gotta follow. Mom, get the camera.
thank you for the refresh, Ed. I appreciate you, sir. So, having just departed an exclusive banquet with the king and queen, Haman's ego was stroked. Not just anyone would be invited to such an affair. His invitation proved his significance in the empire. But only moments later, as he passes the king's gate on his way home, he sees Mordecai. Mordecai does not stand or honor Haman in any way. Haman's sense of significance shatters. He's like, look, I am not as special as I thought I was because Haman is standing, or because Mordecai is there. They still haven't gotten rid of Mordecai. That's what he's thinking. Okay, sorry. All right. There it is. So Haman's sense of significance shatters. How could Mordecai do such a thing? Does Mordecai not know who he is? Because Mordecai didn't bow to him. Remember that, guys? Mordecai was like, I'm not bowing to you. I'm not doing it. So, but that is just the thing. Who is Haman? He is a man who has built a little empire of achievements within the man-made empire of Persia. He feels big, but truly he is quite small. He just does not know it yet. And because he does not know how insignificant he is, or maybe it is because deep down inside he does know how insignificant he is, he has become obsessed with maintaining his fragile self-significance. He has become obsessed with himself. Thank you for sharing me out, guys. I appreciate you so much. What does the Bible tell us about this obsession? So let us look at Romans 1:21 through 22, and then also 25. It says, for though they knew God, they did not glorify him as God.
I gotta follow. Mom, get the camera.
Thank you for the follow, Beach Grandmother. I appreciate you so much. So for though they knew God, they did not glorify him as God or show gratitude. Instead, their thinking became worthless and their senseless hearts were darkened. Claiming to be wise, they became fools. Y'all hear that? Claiming to be wise, they became fools. That's good. How many people in the world today say that they're wise, but they're really fools, right? It's a lot. There's a lot. There's a lot that think they're wise and they think they got it all figured out, but they don't, right? They exchanged the truths of God for a lie and worshiped and served what has been created instead of the Creator who is praised forever. Amen. Self-obsession leaves no room for glorifying the Creator. Let me say that again. You guys ready? Self-obsession leaves no room for glorifying the Creator. It is idolatry. Haman's joy and rage both reflect what we already know about him. He hates God, his ways and his example, or his ways and his people. And it is a warning to us. Our emotions can help us detect what we idolize. Did you guys hear that? Our emotions can help us detect what we idolize. Thank you for the subscribe. I appreciate you. For example, we may feel joy when our idol is close, but rage when it is taken away. So let's think about that for a second. Is there something that you feel joy when it's close, but rage when it's taken away? Oh, I got a few I could think of. That is not good. That's a check for me right there. You know? Can you guys agree with that? Somebody drop me something. Let me know. Uh-oh, Tanya fell off. She must have hit a dead spot. I know, right, Ed? I'm like, it got me too. It got me too. Hey, Tony. What's up, sir? Welcome in. How about you guys over there on YouTube? Is anybody getting hit by this? Is there an idol or is there something in your life that you'll feel joy if it's close, but then rage when it's taken away? Hello, Hudson. Welcome in. Hey, is that my Hudson? Hopefully it is. Hey, man, what's up? The question was, Kayla, is there something that you feel joy when it's close, but rage when it's taken away? Love that, Mike. That's right. That's right. We are blessed and highly favored, for sure. My live. Okay, then I know it's my Hudson. Anyways, this live is I do Bible studies on my live, and we're actually talking about Esther today. So we're reading a Bible study on Esther. We're in chapter 5, 9 through 14. Yeah, Kayla, me too. Me too. There's all kinds of things that I could think of that I probably feel joy when it's close, but then rage when it's taken away. So that kind of gives us a heart check, guys. We have some idolatry that we need to think about. So okay, you may not, it may not, and that's okay. Hey, hey, welcome in. Got you. All right, so moving on. Yeah, yeah. So something to think about. I think that's going to be a truth drop, guys. I think that's a good truth drop video. So surely this is not to say we are guilty of idolatry every time we feel happy or angry, but it is something we learn to be aware of through Haman's story. So it doesn't mean that every time you're happy about something, that it's something that you idolize. But if it's something that let's say, let's use food. Food is something that a lot of people idolize and they don't realize that they idolize. Or money. Yeah, Tony, that's a good one. I live in Jeff City in Missouri. So food could be something. Let's just say use food because that's something that a lot of people idolize. You may feel joy when you have food. Oh yeah, or football games, Ed. Oh, that's good, sir. That's good. So it may be something like, you get food and you're like all excited about it, right? But then as soon as like say somebody like says, "Hey, you want a cookie?" and then you like hand it off and then you're like, "Oh wait, nope, never mind." That might make somebody mad. That might mean that they idolize food. That's just a really silly example, but it's something to think about for sure. Well, Wilmington, North Carolina, then you're probably not the Hudson I was thinking of, so that's okay. I was all excited thinking that my friend Hudson came in, but that's all right. You're still welcome in here. Whether you're the Hudson I'm thinking of or not, it doesn't matter. You're still welcome here. So welcome in. So that's something to think about. So what does Haman do with his rage? He covers it up with self-exaltation. So he gathers together his wife and his friends, right? And he tells them of his wealth and number of sons and honor and rank. He's all like, look, I'm mad because Mordecai didn't bow down to me. I'm mad because Mordecai didn't worship me, essentially. So let me go make myself bigger and badder to everybody else and puff up, and be like, do the little chest beating thing, right? Look what I've got. Look what I've got. So do you think Haman's wife needed a reminder? Thank you for the heart, me, Heather. Welcome in. Do you think Haman's wife where's it at? I lost it. Needed a reminder of how many sons she had birthed? Probably not. So look, guys, he's literally going to Haman's literally going to his wife and he's like, look. I've got all these friends. I've got all this wealth. I've got this many sons. I've got honors and rank and all those things, right? And she's probably like, I don't even need to know how many wives you got. Oh, thank you, Heather. I'm glad you're here, girl. Esther's your favorite. I love Esther too. I love it too. We're doing a Bible study on it. We've been doing it for the last couple of days, and we got probably a few more days left. So every day at 5 o'clock we do this. So very cool. I'm glad you're here, Heather. You guys make sure you connect with her if you're not already, okay? Show her some love. She's a Christian, a nurse, a wife, a dog mom, and a small business boss. Love that. And a mental health advocate. That's awesome. Welcome in, girl. So, she probably didn't need to know how many sons she had. She already knows, right? So regardless, after listing all of his many achievements, Haman said, still, none of this satisfies me, since I see Mordecai, the Jew, sitting at the king's gate all the time. So he's so bent out of shape over Mordecai being at the gate, right? Haman's ego could not stand even 1 ounce of dishonor. He felt if he could rid the world of the one person who did not bow to him, then he would be satisfied. But if the self can never be satisfied within itself, but the self can never be satisfied within itself. Ooh, that's good. That's a good line, isn't it? Haman was wrong, y'all, because he can't satisfy himself. Only one person can satisfy him, right? Only one. His friends gave him the most terrible advice. They basically said, you do you, Haman. If you hate the guy that much, just do whatever feels right. He listened to his friends and chose to seek vengeance on Mordecai. He decides to construct a 75-foot gallows upon which he could impale Mordecai, which is crazy. Like, what? That's your solution. Let's just impale him. That'll make it better, right? The height of the timing, the timing, and the construction of the gallows are all absurd. Idolatry, especially drunken idolatry, fueled by unrighteous friends, is just plain ridiculous. I chalk this up to modern day guys, standing at a party and they're like, "Hey man, do you think you could go in my town, in my neck of the woods? It's cow tipping, okay? So where I grew up, they went cow tipping. So hey man, you think you can knock over that cow? See what we can do. Let's go do the next one." That's what I see. That modern day, that's what I see this as. Except for it's a little bit worse because they're unaliving somebody instead of just knocking a cow over. But anyways, moving on. So Haman's callous plan to take Mordecai's life shows us that idolatry is the path to unalivement, but there is another path, and it is the one that leads to life. In Matthew 7:13-14, Jesus says, "Enter through the narrow gate, for the gate is wide and the road broad that leads to destruction, and there are many who go through it. How narrow is the gate and difficult the road that leads life." Wait, hold on. How narrow is the gate and difficult the road that leads to life, and few find it. So then in John 14:6, Jesus says, "I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me." So look, let's say that again. Enter through the narrow gate, for the gate is wide and the road broad that leads to destruction, and there are many who go through it. How narrow is the gate and difficult the road that leads to life, and few find it. So look, many find the broad road that leads to destruction, but few go through the narrow gate that leads to life, right? John 14:16 says, "I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me." Yeah, I know, good old cow tipping. Hey, Chantel, what's up, girl? Yes, Tony, exactly. So the path to life is not found in oneself, but in Jesus. Haman's deep opposition to God would eventually be his undoing, and it will be no different for anyone else. There may be temporary joy, like Haman experienced in chasing after life's highs, but true significance, lasting joy, and eternal peace come only from Jesus. How are you, Chantel? I hope you're doing good, girl. So all people were created by God and for God. You all hear that? I love that song. I love that line. All people were created by God for God, right? By God, for God. Y'all, I don't know if you guys realize that. Like, I don't think people let that soak in. God created you for Him, to have a relationship with Him. That is why He put humans here on this earth. He wanted us here so that we could have a relationship with Him, so that we could be in constant companion with Him. We were created by God for God. I think people forget that. And I just wanted to say that again. Hold up. Why did my music stop? Fine, be that way. I didn't want you to play that anyways. Thank you for the rose. Thank you. All right, playlist for the lives. Let's switch that. Let's go. Shuffle, play. Sorry, guys, my music stopped. Yes, we were created in God's image, but...
I gotta follow. Mom, get the camera.
Thank you for the follow. We were created in God's image, but even more than that, Kayla, we were created in God's image for Him. He created us because He wanted us. Like, He didn't just...
I gotta follow. Mom, get the camera.
Do you hear that? My speaker is going out, I think. Yeah. Well, and even more than just a servant, but to be in a relationship with Him. You know what I'm saying? Like, He wanted us to be... I know, Kayla. I'm just emphasizing. Yeah, we were created in His image. We were created by Him, but we were created by Him to be in a relationship with Him. And I think people forget that He wanted us. Like, I don't think He created us just to say, "Here you go, minions, go do your thing and bow down and worship me and be my servants." That's not what yes, we're supposed to worship him. Yes, we're supposed to serve him. But even more, we're supposed to be in a close relationship with him. A a uh, a companionship, if that makes sense. That's what he wants from us. Like he wants us to call to him every time we have something going on. Call to him.
You're talking about agape type of love.
Right, but even more than that, like what you have with your spouse times 100. You know, like that connection that nobody else can have with you. He created us for that reason. Like that's what he wanted for us. And I think we forget that. I think we get so wrapped up in, oh, I'm not supposed to do this and I'm supposed to do that and I'm not supposed to do this and I'm supposed to do that we forget the most basic part of it, which is just he wants to be with you. He wants to be he wants you to talk to him when you're happy. He wants to talk to you when you're sad. He wants to talk to you when you're try not to curse at the person that you work with. You know, all the things, right? Like he wants that relationship with you at all times, not just because you did something wrong or because you want something from him. Does that make sense? Hopefully I just got off on a squirrel, but hopefully it makes sense.
And where a lot of people don't understand, that's your first love.
Yeah.
And if you cannot love your first love, then you cannot love your spouse. You cannot love your friends. You cannot love your family. You cannot love anyone else. You can pretend you're loving them, but in reality, you cannot love them.
Yeah, exactly. That's it. That's it right there. If you can't love, that is your first love. He is supposed to be your first and whole love before anything else. And that's what he wants from us. Like, and I think we forget. I really honestly do. I think we get so busy with life and so busy with, oh, I'm not supposed to do this and I need to say I'm sorry for that. And you know, all the legalistic part of it and the boxes to check off and the, oh, I gotta pray and I gotta do this and I gotta do all the things, that we forget that he just wants a relationship more than anything else. He wants that connection with you and he wants to be your friend. He wants to be your father. He wants to be your confidant, your everything. And that comes first. Everything else follows. You know, when you establish that relationship with him initially, everything follows behind as you continue to grow that relationship. And as you continue to grow that relationship, reading the Bible and praying and all of those things gets easier and easier each time. You know, like that all becomes natural.
He wants to be your bridegroom.
Yeah. Yeah. I love it. Yep. Okay. I got off the squirrel. Sorry. Anyways, I just felt like I needed to say it though. So, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me. The path of life is not found in oneself, but in Jesus, right? So all people were created by God and for God. As long as anyone lives by the rules of self and for themselves, they will not find peace. And even when we begin to seek after God, we realize that we have all sinned and fall short of the standards he calls acceptable. So look, we all fall short, right? We all fall short. Not one of us is any better than the other. However, Jesus met all of God's standards. He lived a sinless life on earth and then gave his life as payment for the sins all men have committed. Anyone who believes in Jesus has access to the Father and a life of abundant significance and joy. If only Haman had surrendered his pride to God, he might have experienced a different outcome. As we will see tomorrow, or in a minute, because we're going to continue this, um, his outcome is grisly, but you can make the choice today to believe in Christ, be saved from your sin, and live a life of peace, at peace with God. Yes, we do. We all fall short and we all sin. Amen. All right, so the next part is to read Esther 6 and then Philippians 2 1 through 11. So we got quite a bit of reading to go. Yeah, exactly, Ed. 100%. Okay, let me see. I want to try something really fast. Hot dang, that worked. Okay, cool. All right, we're going to switch spot. Nope, right there. On your faithfulness. All right, cool.
I still want to learn how to do that. That's what you just did.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I was trying to tell you last night. I made a video showing you how to do it. Or no. Yes, I did. But I'm going to do it when I'm done here. I'm going to make one for sure. Because I'm pretty sure the one that I did the other day shows it. But I'm going to make another one to make sure I have one to show you how to do all that. Okay? I promise. I got a plan. That's what I was telling you about last night, though. I was like, you can do this, and you can do this, and you can do all the things with the boards. It's really, really cool. All right, so continuing on, we're going to read Esther 6. If you guys haven't shared me out, can you please push down on my nose and share me out? I would appreciate it so much. If you have already, you don't have to again. That's okay. Just trying to help get us out there to that FYP so that we can make new friends and find some people that need to hear about God, right? So, chapter 6. The king honors Mordecai. So that night, the king had trouble sleeping, so he ordered an attendant to bring the book of the history of his reign so it could be read to him. Wow, how self-serving is that? Yes, I did, Tony. In the guest boxes, I made a video about guest boxes. Like the other day, I just posted it, and it shows you how to shut off guest boxes too. It shows you how to do it and how to shut it off. How self-serving is that, though, guys? He literally asked for a book of the history of his reign so it could be read to him. Like, what? Whatever. Anyways, thank you so much for sharing me out, guys. I appreciate you. Okay. In those records, he discovered an account of how Mordecai had exposed the plot of Bigthana and Tresh, I think. I'm not sure how to say the names. Y'all, like I said, I'm gonna start calling them Nemo. If you guys don't come into my morning lives, you guys probably haven't heard that, but a lot of times, like, I can't say the names, and especially reading the book of Genesis like we are right now. So I'm just gonna start saying any of the names that I can't say. I'm gonna call them Nemo or Fabio or Harpo, like that video that I made. Oh, I love that, Heather. No worries. Thank you so much for coming in. Hey, Warren. Good morning. Or good morning. It's not morning. It's good evening. You're right, Warren. I don't know what time it is, apparently. So good evening, Warren. Thank you for coming in. But I don't know if you guys saw that video that I made where it was like me trying to read the Old Testament. It's Dory saying, you know, his son Fabio, and then Chico, and then Harpo, and whatever. I said, that's when I'm going to start calling all the names that I can't say. So if I start randomly saying Nemo or Fabio or Chico or Harpo, you know it's a word that I don't know how to say, okay? So there you go. Just to fill you in on that. Okay, sounds good. So two of the eunuchs who guarded the door to the king's private quarters, Mordecai had, I know, right? Orange juice. Mordecai had let him know about the plan that they had to unalive him, right? So he uncovered that. He reread it and he remembered that they had plotted to assassinate King Xerxes. So what reward or recognition did we ever give Mordecai for this? The king asked. His attendants replied, nothing has been done for him. So who is that in the outer court? The king inquired. As it happened, Haman had just arrived in the outer court of the palace to ask the king to impale Mordecai on the pole that he had prepared. So King Xerxes is like, okay, what did we do for Mordecai? Why did, like, he did this for us. What did we do for him? And they're like, we did nothing. And then Haman walks up, and Haman's literally getting ready to come ask him to impale Mordecai. So this is getting interesting. Let's see what happens next. His attendants replied, nothing has been done, right? Okay, I read that. So the attendants replied to the king, Haman is out in the court. Bring him in, the king ordered. So Haman came in, and the king said, what should I do to honor a man who truly pleases me? Haman thought to himself, whom would the king wish to honor more than me? So he replied, again, like self-focused, right? Totally self-focused. So he replied, if the king wishes to honor someone, he should bring out one of the king's own royal robes, as well as a horse that the king himself has ridden, one with a royal emblem on its head. Let the robes and the horse be handed over to one of the king's most noble officials, and let him see that the man whom the king wishes to honor is dressed in the king's robes and led through the city square on the king's horse. Have the officials shout as they go, this is what the king does for someone he wishes to honor. Excellent. Look at this. Haman's literally like, hey, this is what I want you to do for me. And watch, I know what's going to happen. It's going to be good. Well, I don't know because I've never read fully through the book, but I'm assuming I know what's going to happen. It's going to be good, right? So excellent, the king said to Haman. Quick, take the robes and my horse and do just as you have said for Mordecai the Jew. Wait. We gotta do something. Hold on. Too good of a moment. So he's like, look, I want you to do this for me. And then he ends up turning around and doing it for Mordecai, right? So for Mordecai the Jew, who sits at the gate of the palace, leave out nothing that you have suggested. I love this. This cracks me up. So Haman took the robes and put them on Mordecai, placed him on the king's own horse, and led him through the city square, shouting, "This is what the king does for someone he wishes to honor." Afterward, Mordecai returned to the palace gate, but Haman hurried home, dejected and completely humiliated. When Haman told his wife Nemo on all his friends what had happened, his wise advisors and his wife said, "Since Mordecai, this man who has humiliated you, is of Jewish birth, you will never succeed in your plans against him. It will be fatal to continue opposing him." So she's like, don't mess with the Jews, right? That's what she's saying. So while they were still talking, the king's eunuchs arrived and quickly took Haman to the banquet Esther had prepared. That's good. Okay, so then we're supposed to read Philippians 2, 1 through 11. So let's find that. Philippians. Hey, how are you, Hush Money? Welcome in. We are doing a Bible study on Esther right now. We just finished reading Esther chapter 6. And then we're going to read Philippians, maybe if I can find it, 1928. Philippians 2, 1 through 11. You won't fair. Okay, sorry.
And what is it?
Philippians 2, 1 through 11.
I got it.
Okay. All right, here we go. So, have the attitude of Christ is what it says. Is there any encouragement? I'm sorry. Hush Money, I know you're new to the room, so let me just say, you guys, say hi to Hush Money. Tell him, hey, welcome in. It says, I praise God and worship him every day, all day. Thank you so much for coming in. I know you're new in here, so I wanted to make sure I said hi and like shouted you out for a second. So is there any encouragement from belonging to Christ? Any comfort from his love? Any fellowship together in the Spirit? Are your hearts tender and compassionate? Then make me truly happy by agreeing wholeheartedly with each other, loving one another, and working together with one mind and purpose. Don't be selfish. Hey, Refresh Beacon, how are you, girl? It's good to see you. I love it. Good to see you, sweetheart. I hope you're doing good. Thank you for the heart, me. Welcome in, sweetie. Welcome in. It's good to see your face. Don't be selfish. Don't try to impress others. Be humble, thinking of others better than yourselves. Don't look out only for your own interests, but take an interest in others too. So just like what happened to Haman, right? Like Haman was looking out for his own interest. He was looking out for what he wanted, and so told the king, like, this is what I want. I want you to do this for me, thinking that it was going to be him that the king was going to honor. Thank you for the populars. I appreciate you, girl. I have seen you on the FYP a couple of times. I haven't hopped in to say hi because I don't know if you know, but I'm running my own TikTok agency now. Just me, no Cone or nobody else, just me. So my time is on TikTok as I'm trying to either love on my creators that I already have or try to find new creators. So I see you and I'm like, oh, I love you. But I don't hop in because I want to stay and I want to listen to you and I can't. I gotta keep going on other stuff. So I hope you know that I love you bunches and I'm rooting you on all the time. I didn't know. I'm like, it's only been like 2 months. So not even April to May to June. So like 2 months that I've had it. So I never know who I've told and who I haven't. So I just try to make sure y'all know. It's not that I'm abandoning you, I promise. But you're amazing. You guys, if you don't know Refresh Beacon, make sure you go check out her, okay? Seriously, like, she is, the way that she speaks about God is just, that's how you feel. Like, when you're listening to her, it's like, Whereas I'm squirreling it all over the place. Like, she's calm and passionate and just full of the Holy Spirit. So go check her out. She's really good. And she's really super kind too. Okay, I'm done inflating your ego for a moment. I'm just teasing you. All right, so moving on. Don't look out only for your own interests, but take an interest in others too. You must have the same attitude that Jesus Christ did, right? I know. I love you too, girl. So you must have the same attitude as Jesus Christ. Though he was God, he did not think of equality with God as something to cling to. Instead, he gave up his divine privileges. He took the humble position of a slave and was born as a human being. When he appeared in human form, he humbled himself in obedience to God and died a criminal's death on a cross. Therefore, God elevated him to the place of highest honor and gave him the name above all other names, that at the name of Jesus every knee should bow, in heaven and on earth and under the earth, and every tongue declare that Jesus Christ is Lord, and to the glory of God the Father. So essentially, look, humble yourselves. Don't think so highly of yourself. Make sure that you're thinking like, guys, I really think my speaker is going out. Do you hear that? That's so bad. What am I going to do if my speaker on my phone goes out? I don't even know. That's scary. I don't know. Okay. Anyways, we'll see what happens. So humble yourself. Think as Jesus did, because what did he do? What did God do? He came in human form. He came down here, was born a servant, was born a slave, went through all the emotions and the heartache and the sickness and the pain and all the things that we have to go through. And just so that he could understand us and could be one with us, you know? And then, of course, to sacrifice himself for us. It's so cool. It's so cool what he did. It blows my mind when you really, truly think about it. I don't think, no, it just started today, just like a little bit ago. And I think I upgraded maybe like a couple of days ago. So, I don't know. Maybe there's something in the speaker. I'm going to try to blow it out. We'll see. So, there's what we needed to read in Philippians. Let's see. Did you guys see these, by the way? I love these. They're so cool. Anyways, moving on. But let's read the Bible study part. I know we did. It's crazy. Let's read the Bible study, okay? Really? Well, maybe it'll fix itself. I don't know. It just sounds really garbled now. And I'm like, that's not good. So, Mordecai honored and Haman humiliated. So it is the night we're recapping and we're reading the really. So maybe it is from the upgrade. Maybe we'll have to see. So we're reading the Bible study part of this now. It is the night after Esther's first banquet with Haman and King Ahasuerus. That's it. Ahasuerus. I got it. Xerxes and Ahasuerus. It's the same guy, but I couldn't remember the other name. So King Ahasuerus. Esther is presumably asleep, although with the genocide of her people and her upcoming request of the king on her mind, she very well may have been restless. Haman is constructing a 75-foot pole called a gallows. That's what I have too. Yeah. It's an S24 plus, I think. Yeah. So after constructing a 75-foot pole called a gallows on which to impale Mordecai, because he despises Mordecai for not honoring him, and King Ahasuerus is oblivious to all of this. After a lovely banquet with his queen and top advisor, he lay down to sleep. Only King Ahasuerus cannot sleep. No matter how hard he tries, rest evades him. So he does what any of us would do, right? I think this is hilarious. He does what any of us would do. He finds something to entertain himself, asking for the daily records book to read. So literally he went back and read the records of his reign as king. Like, that's really self-centered, I think. That alone, I think, is crazy to think about. But moving on. So he went and read it. Maybe this dull book had lulled him to sleep before, and he hoped it would help again. However, the entry read on this particular night was not at all dull. It was a recount of the way that Mordecai saved the king from an assassination plot. The king had forgotten about this epic tale. After all, it happened almost 5 years ago. The king asked what had been done to honor Mordecai. Persian kings were lavish rewarders of loyalty because rewarding someone for foiling an assassination plot assured someone else would be. Wait, hold on. Persian kings were lavish rewarders of loyalty because rewarding someone for foiling an assassination plot assured someone else would be quick to ruin the next attempt. So, in other words, by giving them recognition for foiling the plot, that's assuring that somebody else is going to try to foil it too, like to stop it from happening, right? So it's like, hey, look what I did for this guy. And if you want to be this guy, you're going to stop the next assassination plot also. Got it. So surprisingly, nothing had been done for Mordecai. Yes, yes. I love this too. I'm excited about reading this. So, nothing had been done for Mordecai. How could this have been overlooked? We must correct this, he says. Keeping in line with what we know of him, the king does not make a plan to honor Mordecai alone, but wants to speak to one of his advisors. And which advisor happens to be available at this very early morning hour? Hey, Becca, how are you, girl? So which advisor happens to be available? Of course, it was Haman. Haman, the one who was trying to get or Mordecai to be unalived, right? So Haman perhaps had been awake all night as well, sawing, hammering, digging. His people were readying the gallows. What if the noise of Haman's gallows being built is what kept the king awake? Maybe. We cannot know for certain, but either way, Haman is now anxiously awaiting entrance to the king's court to ask permission to unalive Mordecai. So he is ready to walk in and say, "Look, king, I wanna unalive Mordecai right now. Like I want to go do this." And the king's got totally different ideas. Exactly. We were just reading this. It's so funny. I've never read through the book of Esther. I've read bits and pieces and I've heard the story, but I've never actually read through the whole book. So I'm reading this and I'm laughing my butt off. So and he certainly expects to be granted this request. He thinks that that the king's gonna be like, oh yeah, sure, no problem. It took little convincing to obtain permission to unalive an entire people group. Surely the king would not bat an eye at just one person's unalivement, right? Before Haman can make this request, the king brings him in and asks, what should be done for the man the king wants to honor? So he's like, look, what can I do to honor somebody? Haman can think of no one more worthy of being honored than himself, because Haman's head is like this big, right? He's like, I'm the one he's going to be honoring, right? So he begins to detail the kind of honor he would like to receive. Unshockingly, it revolves around being recognized publicly for his significance. Parading around town in royal robes on a royal horse with someone heralding his greatness for all to hear. But Haman is not the one who will receive this honor. He will be the one to bestow this honor on Mordecai at the king's request. Esther has so many great kingdom keys. Yes, yes. It's amazing, even like what Esther had to go through, go where she went before the king. I know, right? Well, we read this. We've been reading this for a couple days now. So, and we started at the very beginning. We're into chapter 6 now, and it was crazy. The whole entire year of having to get the oil of myrrh put on her, and lotions and perfumes and beauty treatments for a year, just so that she could have one night with him and decide whether or not he could, he wanted her to be queen. And then the fact that these concubines that were picked for this never were able to be with anybody else again, just because they were with him for one night. That's terrible. Like, how selfish is that alone, just for you to do that to those women? Like, that blows my mind. I'm sorry, Tony. We're talking about Haman, the advisor of the king. He wants to unalive Mordecai. He wants Mordecai to be gone. However, when he comes in to request for Mordecai to be, the king asks Haman, how should I honor somebody? And Haman's like, oh, well, he's going to honor me. So he starts telling him all the things that he wants done for himself to be honored. And instead, the king wants to honor Mordecai because Mordecai saved him from 2 of his eunuchs unaliving him. So that's kind of where we're at, if that makes sense. She not only had to be clean on the outside, but on the inside as well. I know, right, Lisa Marie? It's crazy. And it's so sad because he did that to all those women. I don't remember how many there was, but so many women that he did that to. Oh, girl, I'm sorry. Maybe back out and come back in. That might work. I don't think anybody else is frozen. Hopefully not. All right, so Haman is not the one who will receive the honor, but he's the one that's going to have to give it to Mordecai at the king's request. Haman's request goes unsaid altogether. Yeah, exactly. So he didn't even get to request what he wanted to ask because the king was like, hey, let's do this. So instead of taking Mordecai's life, he is forced to celebrate Mordecai's life, which is hilarious. I love it. Wait, I want to do it again because it's fitting. Haman is humiliated and Mordecai is honored. And then he's honored. This is the first moment in the story when we see a power shift. Up until now, it seemed all of the cards were stacked against the Jews. But this is not so anymore. Not long ago, Mordecai was walking the streets, wailing for his people and wearing sackcloth. Now he wears royal robes and is preceded by shouts of honor. Even Haman's wife and friends see it. God is acting on behalf of his people, and anyone who stands in the way will not stand for long. Yes, we will. Exactly. We will be rewarded before our enemies. Yes, I love it. So good. So, look, God is acting. He's like, look, anyone who stands in the way, you're not going to stand for long. This may be one of the most important moments in the story. Circumstances are changing, and who is changing them? Was it Esther? No, she was entirely unaware of the plan against Mordecai. She had no idea. Was it Mordecai who had foiled yet another assassination plot? No, he had no opportunity to do so. It was all God. He providentially, that's a big word, kept sleep from King Ahasuerus. He orchestrated the exact page to be read from the records. He prevented the king from honoring Mordecai years ago. He brought Haman. Look at that, guys. You guys see that? You guys know that that's just a troll account. You can ignore it. It's okay. I just ignore them. So, do you guys see that though? How it stacks up? Like, he kept sleep from a King Ahasuerus so that he would want to read the records, right? He prevented the king from honoring Mordecai years ago when he should have, right? He brought Haman to the court in the wee hours of the morning, and he made a fool of Haman and honored Mordecai. While the world sleeps, guys, God works. God alone is in control. If the providence of God was ever out of focus or hard to grasp in this story, it is now abundantly clear. God can humble anyone at any time, and he will humble all those who have positioned themselves against him. If we want to know how to live lives that are humble before God in order to receive his honor, we need to look no further than the life of Jesus. Philippians 2:1-11 tells us that Jesus emptied himself, took on the form of a servant, and humbly obeyed God, even to the point of unalivement on a cross. In response, God exalted him. And one day, every person will bow in heaven and on earth and under the earth, and every tongue will confess that he is Lord. Of course, we are not God like Jesus is. So even though all of those who believe, thank you for the heart me, babe. Even though all those who believe will share in his glory and reign with him in eternity, we will never hold such a high position as he. Still, thanks for the rose. Oh my gosh, that sounds so bad. Still, Jesus' example of service and humility should be something we strive for. Knowing God will honor those who walk in his ways and follow his commands. You guys hear that? God will honor those who walk in his ways and follow his commands. That doesn't mean you have to be perfect. It doesn't mean that you have to do everything exactly right. But it does mean that we should strive to be in a relationship with him and to act and be as much like Jesus as we possibly can. And if we mess up today, guess what? You say you're sorry and you start over tomorrow, right? Literally, that's it. Like that's the life of a Christian. Wake up in the morning, say, good morning, Lord. Thank you so much for restoring my soul to my body. Let's have an amazing day today. Spend some time with him in prayer. Give him some love and go about your day and show the love of Jesus throughout the day as much as you can. Humble yourself. Show others who Jesus is through how you act, through how you treat people, through how you do things. That's how you show Jesus. That's how you share the good news. And if somebody asks you why you're so kind, because you have Jesus in you, because you want to be like Jesus. There you go. There's an open to a discussion, right? And then if you mess up, let's just say you're driving down the road and somebody slams on the brake in front of you and you call them an idiot. You repent, you say you're sorry, and you start over tomorrow, right? Each day is a new day to grow stronger and stronger and stronger in our relationship with him. God will honor those who walk in his way and follow his commands. In today's reading, we may be tempted to see ourselves as Mordecai, the overlooked one who is waiting on the hand of God for protection and honor. And your story may mirror Mordecai's in some ways. Yet, perhaps we have more in common with Haman. We desire to be recognized and seen. Right? I can say that. I can say that, I desire for, like, at my job right now, with my with this girl that's not doing the job right. I want to be like, look at her. Look at her doing her job wrong, and I'm doing it right, and I'm not getting as money done as she is because she's doing it wrong. I want to be like, but I'm not, because that's not the way to be, right? So we may desire to be recognized and seen, and we will go to great lengths to rid our lives of anything that threatens our status. Today, we have a chance to realize we are not the ones worthy of honor, and our time is better spent honoring ourselves, but not honoring ourselves, but the Lord. While the world sleeps, God works. God alone is in control. I love that. I love that. So, in what areas, here's our question for today. In what areas have you, like Haman, pursued honor for yourself? How could you, instead of, how could you instead honor God in that area? Hey, Kat, what's up, girl? So I'm going to tell you guys, I'm going to be blatantly honest with you. And you can ask, Ed is in here. Ed heard this last night when we were on the phone. I struggle with compliments. I struggle with people telling me you're doing an amazing job. People being grateful for me being on here and talking about God and sharing God. I struggle with it because I've never, in my life, I've never been recognized for anything good. I've been a good employee. I've had 800 million different jobs. I've never been recognized for doing anything right and for doing anything good. Even my own mother, even my own mother has not recognized me for doing something good. I've been doing this for a year, right? Been on TikTok for a year now. She knows what I'm doing. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. I like it. I like it too. It's the red is kind of came out of it. Like it's supposed to be red too. I need a shower. Today's shower day. The red is kind of came out of it though. So I'm kind of bummed, but that happens because I haven't had it done in so long. So the next time I get it done, the red will come back more. But today is shower day. But thank you. I appreciate that so much, sweetie. But even my own mom, like, I've been on this app for a year now doing this. I've been posting the videos about God. I've been stepping out of my comfort zone. Like, she knows me better than anybody else. Like, she's my mom, right? Oh, that's amazing. That's amazing, You need to find a pastor or a church or somebody that you can go to that will help you with that. Like, definitely reach out and find you a local church. And they can definitely help you get baptized. So baptism is something for sure that's awesome, but you don't have to be baptized to be saved. Like, you can be a Christian and not be baptized. You just need to have a relationship with God. Have you been saved? Anyway, so I'm gonna let him respond. Sorry, somebody on YouTube. So, but even her, like, she knows me better than anybody, and she knows how much this is outside of my comfort zone. And she hasn't recognized that at all. She hasn't said anything like, "Hey, I'm really proud of you. You're doing an amazing thing for God." Nada, not one word from her, which is it's sad for me. You have, well, then there you go, Yum. Then you just need to find you a church if you can. If you're interested in finding a local church, find you a local church and they can help you be baptized. Some places even do like some towns, I don't know where you're at, but some places even do like large public baptisms, like in a river or something. So maybe you could look into that. But I would definitely suggest finding you a local church. Like, if you're coming from, you want to look for a Bible-based church. That's just what I'm going to tell you. I'm not going to tell you what denomination to go with because that depends on what you're comfortable with. But Bible-based, Baptist, non-denominational sometimes can be good. Those a lot of times can go either way, good or bad, because sometimes they want to preach more of the world and not so much the Bible. But Baptist, I mean Pentecostal, I don't know what other denominations do you guys suggest are to look at for somebody that was Jewish but they're a believer in Jesus and now they're converting to Christianity.
Fundamentally Baptist Bible reading.
Yeah, yeah. Baptist, I think Baptist and Pentecostal, I feel like are the closest to just sticking to the Bible. And it depends on the Pentecostal. Some of them are a little crazy.
Where are they watching you from?
They're on YouTube.
Oh, okay. I need to look on your YouTube page and try to follow you.
Yeah.
Things I help out with it now.
Jonathan Kahn. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yum. Do you know? Have you ever heard of Jonathan Kahn? Have you ever seen him or listened to him? Yeah. Yeah. Thanks, babe, for that reminder. Jonathan Kahn is really good. He was a Jew. He's Jewish. He's Messianic Jewish. Or he's a Messianic Jew. So he believes in Jesus. And he's so good. He's so good. So if you've never heard of him, make sure you look him up. It's Jonathan, and then his last name is, I think it's Chan. I think that's how you spell it. So check him out if you haven't looked him up before. He's really, really good. But getting baptized is definitely an amazing thing to do. You just have to find a local church that'll help you with that. Unfortunately, that's not something I can help you with over YouTube. If I could, I'd be like, dunk you in the water right here. Like, let's go for it. It just doesn't work over the internet, unfortunately. Have you guys ever heard that joke? Like, when John the Baptist would, or when people would baptize people, right? They'd be like, in honor the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, I baptize you, into the water. But what did they tell Jesus? You, your daddy, and your best friend, and honor you, your daddy, and your best friend. I have a video of that. I said that, and it was really funny. Hey, Cody, thank you for the heart me. Welcome in. Just find a church that is Holy Spirit filled and Spirit led. Yeah, a church. Yes, find a church that is Holy Spirit filled and Spirit led. I don't know if he's still in the room or not. He hasn't said anything, so it's okay. Have you guys ever heard that joke? Like, when people would be baptized, they're like, I baptize you in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, and they dunk you in the water, right? Well, what did they tell Jesus? You, your daddy, and your best friend. Yes. Hello, Cody. How are you? Welcome in, sweetie. You guys say hi to Cody. I know. I think it's funny. Shush it. Shush it, Ed. Nobody asked you. No. Hey, say hi to Cody, guys. He says, God first. I am the host of the podcast, Waypoint Stories, coffee roaster and drinker, and he's in Texas, guys. Say hi. Hello. I think it's funny. Ed may not think it's funny, but I think it's funny. So, all right, guys. So that is the end of our Bible study today. This was so good. So tomorrow's Wednesday. Okay, tomorrow I won't be on. So Thursday I will be on. And we're going to read, what's the next part? The next part is read Esther 7. So we're going to read chapter 7. And then we're going to read chapter 8. And then we've got one more day after that. So we'll probably finish this on Friday. If I don't do a You had good timing, Cody. I know you missed it at the end. But what we read chapter 6 in the book of Esther. We read about the part basically where Haman was trying to get Mordecai unalived. I don't know if you've read the book of Esther, but that's where we're at. Where he was trying to get Mordecai unalived, and he was coming to the king to get ready to ask the king if he could do it. He was making the gallows and all the stuff ready to impale him, right? And the king asked Haman, hey, how can I honor somebody that's done something good for me? Because the king realized that Mordecai had saved him from being assassinated, but he had never recognized him for it. So he's like, what would you do to recognize somebody and to give him honor? And Haman's like, I had to let him wear a royal king's robe, and I'd let him ride the royal horse through the parade through the town, and shout him out and say, this is what the king does to honor people that have honored him and helped him out, and blah 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 blah. He wanted to be on, this big show because Haman thought it was going to be him that was being honored. And then it turns out that it was Mordecai that was being honored, and Haman had to take Mordecai through town, shouting him out on a horse in the king's robes and all the things, and get humiliated because he was being selfish. He thought it was all about him. So that's kind of where we left off, and we were talking about being humble and having humility for Christ and living our life like Christ. And hey, hey Ed, what's up, sir? So living our life for Christ and like Christ, and it is such a really good part of the story. I think I'm gonna make a truth drop on it because I feel like that's kind of perfect. I'm always looking for new truth drop ideas. I think my next series that I'm gonna do isn't going to be truth drops. It's just going to be a Bible like video series on breaking down the Sermon on the Mount. So I'm going to do like each little part of the Sermon on the Mount and do a video for each part. I think that's going to be my next video series that I do. So I'm going to be working on that. I'm also making videos to shout out my creators for my agency. I'm so excited. So yeah. Cody, do you go live? I don't remember if you go live. I've known you for a while. I just don't remember if you go live. I don't think you do. Do you? Sir? I don't know. If you guys don't know, my name is Jen. If you guys are new to the room, I don't know who's watching on the outside or in the room that I don't know. If you guys are new in here, my name is Jen. I'm a Christian content creator. I go live every day at 6 a.m. reading the Bible, and then 5 p.m. most days doing Bible studies. And I'm an agency owner, so I own an agency called Covered and Called, which is a agency just for Christian content creators. I only bring in Christian live hosts, and that's it. I also have a TikTok shop page called Jen's Faith and Finds that I'm working on. And I also run my church's TikTok, so there you go. Yes, Central Time Zone, sorry. 5 p.m. Central and 6 a.m. Central. You're getting nervous about it? Well, Cody, if you decide and you want an agency, man, I would love to shout you out. I'd love to help you. I can help you learn how to do it. I can help you learn. You can ask Ed. He just discovered not yet, Kat. I'm behind on my messages. I'll get to it here in just a little bit, I promise. You can ask Ed. I just sent him the link to all my training videos. He's like, you have that many training videos? And I'm like, yes, ma'am. Or yes, sir. Not ma'am. Sir.
Yes. Give me a heads up. It's a lot of training videos.
But they're all under 10 minutes. So it's not like they're like 30 minutes long and a whole bunch of them. I made them all short as much as I could. So, and all good stuff.
You watch all of them within 2 hours.
Exactly. So please can anyone pray for my grandma? Thank you. May God bless you in Jesus' name. Yes, let's do it. Is it Adrian, maybe? Adrian? I'm not sure. Anyways, and the other really cool part about my agency, for anybody that's listening, I don't know if anybody's listening or not, I also give everybody my phone number, so you have direct contact to the agency owner at all times. You can text me any time of the day, and I will text you back. If you call me and I'm not able to, I won't answer, but I will text you like, hey, I'll call you in a little bit or something. So I try to be available to everybody all the time as much as I can. So, and guys, did you see that? Ed, did you see that? I don't know if you know. For those of you guys that are in my room and have watched me go through this journey, I appealed and fought my very first violation, and we won. Yay!
I saw that. Got scene 1 on top. Roll on top.
I was like, woo woo! We did it! I've never had, I mean, since I, even with my old agency that I ran, we had never gotten a violation. Like, we got restrictions, but none of our creators had actually gotten a violation. Well, this was one of my creators got a violation. They said he was, what's the right word? I'm trying to think how to say it where I don't get a restriction. Doing things to, he was promoting where you do something to yourself and you don't make it. You know, that he was promoting that is what they said, which wasn't the case at all. He was actually talking about fear when it shut him down. So I fought it and we won, and he's got his live access back. He's no longer suspended. He was suspended for over a week, which is crazy. And I'm so proud. I'm like, yay, we did it. I was so excited. But anyways, okay, squirrel moment. So that's it, guys. I'm gonna wrap up. We're gonna say a quick prayer. I know, right, Lisa Marie? I was just really excited that it worked, and because I've never done it, so I didn't know if what I had done was the right way. I mean, I'm literally learning as we go, right? I had fought for people's accounts before to get them fixed, but not for them to like fix a violation, just like if the account was messed up. Like, I had a couple people that their account says they were ineligible for no reason whatsoever, and I've helped them get their account fixed. So thank you, Kat, for the finger snaps or finger hearts. I want to call them snaps because it looks like they're snapping. So all right, so we're gonna say a quick prayer. Oh no, we're not. I have a story to tell you. Ed, do you want to hear the story about my children that I was telling you with church camp? I got to tell you a story really fast.
Yes.
Yeah.
I hope
Okay.
so.
Okay. So, any of you guys that remember, Jacob recently ended his friendship with a friend because that friend last year at church camp, he found out that friend was watching corn, and he decided he didn't want to be friends with somebody that did that. Plus, the friend got really annoying, and he would act like he was all big and bad and like he was a gangster when he wasn't around his parents. And Jacob's like, I'm not about that life. You know, that's not who I am. So he was pretty bummed that he ended that friendship, and it took him like 6 months at least to finally make the decision because he was so heartbroken and he didn't want to hurt his friend's feelings, you know, and he tried to just quietly back away, and he didn't talk to him for like 2 months, and then his friend started messaging him again. And so in the long run, what we ended up doing is we sent his friend a message, and we said, look, you know, we're done being friends, blah 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 blah, you know, I wish you the best. And then his friend's grandma proceeded to message my child and scold him for treating her grandson that badly, which Jacob was extremely respectful. Like, nothing that he said was disrespectful at all. He was very kind, very respectful. So his grandma reached out to Jacob, started scolding him, making him feel guilty for ending the friendship, blah 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 blah. I stepped in, Mama Bear went, and you know, all the things. So we had lots of conversations. It ended up pretty ugly. Like, it kind of ended pretty ugly because the friend was like, I hope that somebody does this to you someday. And then you could feel how bad this hurts, which is terrible. Like, I mean, he's a 13-year-old kid. Like, give him a break. You don't have to stay friends with your friends just because you're 13. Like, at 13 years old, you're not making your lifelong friends. Not usually, right? So anyways, Jacob, the day before they went to church camp, he said, Mom, what if he's at church camp? And I'm like, I said that he won't be. He won't be, buddy, because he doesn't go to that church normally. He went last year to church camp with us because of Jacob. Jacob invited him, and he doesn't normally go to that church. So I was like, he won't be, buddy. You don't have to worry about it. I get on Instagram today, and I'm looking at the pictures. My husband texts me and says, that kid is at church camp. I'm trying not to say the kid's name because I don't want to, you know, I'm trying not to say the kid's name. So the kid is at church camp. And I was like, no, he's not. No, he's not. And then I looked at the pictures. Sure enough, he's there. And I'm like, crap. How is Jacob going to handle this? Because his little heart, he has the softest heart. And he was so heartbroken and felt so terrible. I'm going to cry. He felt so terrible over ending that friendship that he literally texted me and said, I'm the worst person in the world, Mom. And I said, no, you're not. Buddy, you did nothing wrong. You handled that perfectly. That's exactly how you should have done it. You did nothing wrong. You don't have to stay friends with somebody who's toxic for you. It's okay for you to end that friendship. He's like, I'm the worst person in the world. I made him feel so bad. And he was heartbroken, right? So I'm trying to picture my kid now seeing this kid at church camp after having all this happen like a month ago. And hey, Lisa, what's up, girl? And I'm like, oh my gosh. So my first instinct was, I'm going to thank you for the heart, me. I messaged the pastor, the pastor that I know really well that's there with the kids. Her and I are pretty good friends. I messaged her and I'm like, girl, I said, I know you may not see Jacob because she works mostly with the girls. But I said, I know you may not see him, but if you happen to see him, can you nonchalantly check on him and make sure he's okay? There's a kid there that Jacob ended his friendship with him, and it was really ugly when it ended, and I'm just worried about him being upset. Can you just kind of check on him a little bit? And she said, my speaker sounds so bad. That sounds so bad, guys. Oh my gosh. Hopefully it can fix. I hope it doesn't like go. Oh my gosh, that sounds so bad. Thank you so much, Lisa. I appreciate you, girl. Mwah. Um so anyways, this is where the cool part is. Are you guys ready? So my son actually after when they got to church camp or before they got to camp and he seen the kid come up, he went to the pastor on his own and said, hey, look, this is the situation. This is what happened and I'm worried about it. What do I do? I was like, yes. First off, the fact that he went to the pastor and asked for help is huge because that is totally not a Jacob thing. He is I'm going to soak in it and I'm going to deal with it on my own and I'm not going to tell anybody about my problems. It sounds so bad. Oh my god, that sounds terrible. I'm gonna have to buy a speaker to hook to my phone so it doesn't make that sound. Thank you so much, Lisa. My speaker is going out, I think. I don't know. I don't know what's wrong, but it sounds terrible. It's really not though. The volume's down. Here, I'll turn it down more and see. I don't know. I don't know why it sounds so bad. Okay. All right. I'm going to give you some love, Lisa, because you came up and gave me love. So thank you. I don't know. My speaker is bad. It's bad. I know. I'm sorry, Lisa Marie. I just turned it down. I promise. I'm sorry, girl. But anyway, so Jacob went to the pastor, asked for help, which I think is huge and so awesome for him anyways. And then on top of that, he said apparently that him and Aiden, oh shoot, I said the name. Him and the kid came to an agreement that they would only be church camp friends, and that's it. They weren't going to talk to each other outside of church camp. They were just going to be church camp friends so they could be nice to each other and cordial while they're at church camp. Apparently, that's the solution that they came up with. And my oldest son, the crazy child that he is, was, just being all buddy-buddy with the kid. So there you go. If you guys give me 2 seconds, I'll show you what my oldest son currently looks like, which is quite hilarious. So give me just 2 seconds and I'll show you. Okay, you guys want to see? So here's reference to this, okay? They have team colors. So they have competitions and stuff at the church camp and they all have different colors. So their color is apparently red, which is Matthew, my oldest son's favorite color. Red is his favorite. Can you see this child's face? This is my kid, the one in the black shirt. Do you see this child's face? He literally painted, or it looks like he used marker. That's what it honestly looks like. It looks like he took marker and just colored all over his face with marker. That is my child right there. How crazy is that? Like, he's like, oh, hey girl, how are you? Oh, sorry. Hey girl. Um, this is literally like that's my kid right there. So no, it's me. He's a me. This is something I would do. 1000%. This is definitely me. So put it this way, I was the mom that when they had like theme days at school, that my children were all decked out. Like, and I would deck out with them because I used to work at the school. I came into school like when I was in school. I would come into school with my hair like all crazy for crazy hair day, crazy sock day. Oh my gosh, Lisa, thank you so much. Girl, you're doing too much. I appreciate you, Sayidi. Thank you so much. Um, but yeah, like that was totally me. Like I decked out for all of the Spirit Week stuff and all that. Lisa, look at that, girl. That's huge. Look at you. Hold on, let's get it. Let's get it. We're gonna hold up. Oh, no, where'd it go? Hey Mario, welcome in. Okay, here goes. We're getting a sticker for you, girl. Look at this. Level 30 in the room, Lisa. That's huge, girl. That's huge. Mario, thank you so much for the heart me. Welcome in, sweetie. Look at you, girl. Look at you. You guys, make sure you're connecting with each other, okay? We're going to be wrapping up here in just a minute. I want to make sure you all are connecting with all my friends in here. I'm going to shout you guys out really quick, okay? Number one in the room is my girl Lisa Hope Ministry. She is an author. She's a friend. She's an amazing woman of God. She speaks about God every day in her lives. She does Bible reading. She does devotional reading. She's amazing. And she's got her own devotional book. It's not really a devotional book. It's it's a it's a quotes book, but she's got her own book. So go check her out. Go check out her content. Go check out her book. Go show her some love. She's number one in the room and just hit level 30 in the room, which is crazy. Wait, where's my thing? I love it. Coffee table devotional anchored in grace. Okay, see, I was like, I know it had to do with quotes. I just haven't got to read it yet, so I wasn't sure. So yes. Thank you so much. I'm so excited for her. Level 30, love it. Okay, and then we got number 2 in the room currently is Kat. She is an amazing live host. She goes live, she talks about God, she does Bible studies and devotionals and things like that. She also does ASL with worship, which I love, and it's so cool to see her do that. And she's just got a giant heart. So go check her out too. We got number 3 in the room is Kayla. She is a longtime friend in this room. She is very supportive, very kind, very sweet. Loves the Lord and loves learning about God. So go check out with her. Number 4 is my hubby. I don't need to say anything more than that. That's the love of my life. 20 years. We'll be married 20 years this year. We'll be together 21 years. Oh crap, babe, that's coming up. In 2 days. In 2 days we'll be together for 21 years. That's crazy. That's crazy. Anyways, number 5 in the room is one of my creators in my agency. His name is Ed. He is an amazing man of God. He's very, very kind, very funny. He cracks me up. He is showing off his culinary journey as he's doing chef stuff in his lives right now. He's got a baby that was just born and is a NICU, so we need prayers for that. If you can, make sure you say some prayers for his baby. His name is Brian. And him and his wife are just amazing people. I love them to death. So number 6 is Lisa Marie, aka her name is actually Carried and Covered by Grace, which I love. She's an old friend in here. She's a strong, powerful woman of God, very supportive, very kind friend. Number 7 is Tony. He's also one of my creators in my agency. He shares about God. He loves trains. He's funny. He's silly. He's quirky and very supportive and very encouraging. And has a giant heart. Like I love people that have giant hearts, and you can tell most of the people that hang out in my room are just people with giant hearts. So number 8 in the room is Blessed. She is a new friend. I don't know her as well yet, but she's a new friend, and what I know of her is she loves the Lord and she loves to teach and she loves to read the Bible. She spends a lot of time in one of my creators' room, Pastor Lewis. And we're working on hopefully getting her in the agency. I still have not heard back from my creator network manager yet. I'm hoping that she gets back to me tomorrow. Sometimes it takes a couple of days. Sometimes she's really quick. It just depends. If I don't hear from her tomorrow, I'm going to reach out to her again, though, for sure. And then it looks like Emily Sunflower Ranch is in here, maybe? Or maybe she's watching from the outside. Valerie! Mom, get the camera. Oh my God, that sounds so bad. Valerie, how are you, sweetheart? It's good to see your face. I haven't seen you in so long. I love you. I love you. I love you. I hope you're doing good. Valerie is one of my really old.
Mom, get the camera.
That sounds so terrible. Thank you for the follow. It sounds so bad. Okay, I got my 5 new followers, so that's good. If you guys don't have any of these people in here, make sure you're connecting with them because these are all good quality people. Seriously, like all good lives to go into, all good content to go look at. You edify and we pray, edify, and fellowship in your life. Perfect, exactly. I've only got to be in there one time, so I didn't want to like assume that I know what you do because I've only been in there once, and I didn't want to like assume wrong, if that makes sense. Thank you, Valerie. I appreciate you. What's going on with you? Anything new? Miss, I rock at everything I do. I know, Tony. I know. My sounds are bad. Oh, gosh. My speaker is so bad. That was terrible. Thank you, Valerie. I appreciate you, sweetheart. It's my speaker. It's my speaker. I think it has something in it. No, how would it have gotten wet? When would it have gotten wet? I don't know. You're going to a beach? Nice. Oh my gosh. You got 6 kiddos this summer and it's been 90 to nothing. Oh man, girl, that's a lot of kiddos. I'm so excited for you to go to the beach. Send me pictures. You know I love the pictures of the beach. So, and I'm always like, I'm jealous, but I love to see them. So, I'm going to the mountains in Tennessee in November, hopefully. Yeah, so Alan, she said that after an update, hers did the same thing where her sound stopped working correctly, and then it updated again and it fixed itself. So it might be an update issue because it did just update. One single drop from your water bottle 5 feet away, probably because that's my luck, right? Yeah, yeah. Well, he's just saying my luck. My luck is that a single drop of water would make my phone do this. So he knows my luck. All right, guys. We are going to wrap up because we got to go to the gym. My hubby and I are back on track. I have lost 2 pounds this week. Tell me what part because I'm only an hour from certain parts of Tennessee. Oh, cool. I'll get back to you because I can't remember what town it's in. But I'm meeting up with. Yeah, I got your number. I'll text you. Kat, yeah, sure. Go live if you're feeling like God's leading you to it. Do it, girl. Get it. Get it. Get it. I'm hyper. Sorry. I apologize. But yeah, go live. Do it, girl. How's your summer going? Is it going okay? I know. I miss you, Valerie. If you ever want to go, you can join me, okay? You've got a spot always in this agency. And you don't even have to go live all the time. Like 1 hour a month is all I'm asking for. And that's just to keep you active. So thank you. It actually it looks better when it's not needing to be washed, but thank you so much. I cut 6 inches off all the dead junk from my losing all my hair when I had the surgery. I cut all that off and then got it colored. So it's shower day though. So you survived BBS. Yes, you did. I was just wondering if the rest of your summer. I know you had that going on last week, but everything else going okay? And you're getting more foster or not foster? That's not the right words. You're getting more exchange kids this coming year, right? I think that's what you told me. I think my memory stinks. Sorry. You watched my live for 500 minutes? What? No way. That's amazing. Whoop, whoop. Love it. I gotta give Lisa Marie some love. Cause I just realized that she doesn't have anything down there. She's been left out. I got you, girl. I got you. Oh, you like I do. Hey, Keith. How are you, sir? What are you doing?
Sorry, I heard my name was mentioned, but I was too busy making a salad that was never made before.
I don't remember what I said. I was probably shouting you out because I was shouting everybody out. So I was being nice and telling you how awesome you were.
Oh, thank you. And I heard how nice that was.
Anyway, so thank you. Maybe I'll go grab Alexa and do some ASL. Yeah, that sounds like good, Kat. You guys make sure you go check out Kat. Blah, blah, blah. I didn't want to come out. Break from reports. All right, Keith, that sounds good. Well, we're getting ready to end. I keep trying to end, but then people come in, so I'm like, hey, how are you? And I don't want to go because all my friends are here. Yes, you're welcome, Lisa Marie. I wanted to tell you guys about it. One, because I'm really proud of Jacob. Two, like I really want pray for him, guys. And then I also let me just throw this out here too. Y'all, you guys know I tell you everything that goes on in my life. I pretty much tell you guys everything. I don't think there's a whole lot that I haven't told you. So you guys know that which actually I'm gonna go ahead and end. YouTube, I'm going to go ahead and end. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I hope you have an amazing and blessed day. And I will see you guys tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. for Bible reading. And then again, Thursday morning at 6 a.m. and Thursday night for the continued Bible study on the book of Esther. So I'll see you guys then.